CRN-TV is connecting you with the industry leaders who are protecting us from the latest security threats. Join me, Cass Cooper, as we highlight the expertise of women who are driving innovation and solving today's toughest cyber challenges. Welcome to Channel Women in Security. And welcome back to Channel Women in Security. I am so glad to be here with Sara Seegers. Thank you so much for joining us, Sara. I've got a few questions for you, but before we get started, tell me about you and your role as the Senior Vice President and Channel Partner Chief at GTT.
Well, Cass, first and foremost, thank you for having me. Such a pleasure to be here. Wow, it is exciting times at GTT. You know, people asked, what's the mission, the vision? And really, when you think about us as a global tier one provider and also a global aggregator, security is at the forefront of what networking means to our customers and our partners. And the exciting part for me as the channel leader is this isn't just a channel conversation. It's a conversation across all of GTT as part of being partner obsessed and adding security to any networking conversation. It is a must do and a must have. Paramount to that is also our Envision platform that brings those conversations all together and brings the simplicity, the orchestration, the visualization, and the automation to our customers and partners. So exciting times, Cass, here.
Yeah. There's so many things happening and going on with cybersecurity and the channel ecosystem and so many great innovations that are happening. So we know that like cyber is no longer just a standalone service, right? It's not something that you just like buy like cybersecurity in a box. So how do you see it evolving in the channel, and what should be a priority for people as they move forward?
Yeah, there is not one conversation where security, it's no longer optional. Anywhere from SASE to DDoS, managed firewalls, the complexities have grown. You know, we used to talk about work from anywhere. Well, now you're talking about the cloud strategy on top of AI, what that brings. And all of that brings additional complexities, and security has to be paramount. Regulations and making sure what you have in place when an attack does occur. And those are the conversations the IT staff and the board and the SLT of any company is having. And we're a part of that conversation in developing, establishing, and ensuring things are in place.
Yeah. So what I hear is there's a thread throughout, right? And it's not just, okay, we're going to put cybersecurity on this side, but it's really central to the business focus, from senior leadership to all the way down to your individual contributors, people really needing not just education, but access to those cybersecurity options that GTT potentially can offer. Is that accurate? Did I sum it up okay?
Yes. It's not only for GTT and everybody here, it becomes every partner we speak to, but then at all levels of how that is a cascading impact of every customer and partner we're speaking to in designing. So I know I said adjacent conversations. It is just naturally a part of each conversation for secure networking.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about any kind of cybersecurity trends that you're seeing right now. We're about halfway through 2025. AI is everywhere. We are integrating it from chat agents to helping us develop and write new code, moving things faster, compliance, all these different things. Tell us a little bit about, your how you see it and how you see cybersecurity evolving and any trends that we should be looking out for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, Cass, you just said one thing. One, security is part of every conversation. AI, and what does that mean? What does it mean to a client? And that could be in operations, to sales, to how we're automating. And all of that leads to security as part of a document in the governance and audit that is applicable to any networking decision, any cloud decision. So it just has become that thread, as you stated, to all of the conversations. SASE, MDR, DDoS, managed firewall, all of those are like the check the boxes of what does that mean to the environments that they're managing, the complexities that continue. You look at applications, cloud, and AI, everything we just talked about, it just elevates the need for the discussion and the documentation around it, as well as the management. And as a managed security provider, that is naturally what we're doing. The networking is just part of it. Security is paramount to all of it.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit previously about like the skills gap and like things that people need to do and like talent. And I think the number is somewhere around like the 3 million mark of like incoming cybersecurity jobs. And and needing to bridge those gaps. So tell us a little bit about like those challenges that, you have for IT partners trying to fill those cybersecurity roles, right? Like the software and the availability and the hackers and all these things are moving so quickly, but we still need people who are going to combat these things. So what are your insights there?
Yeah, this is a conversation every week I am having with people looking for talent. And I think the ways of the past were needing years of experience. Well, our world is moving fast and furious. Security is becoming complex, fast and furious. So having the years of experience versus the diversity in thought and education are more important and critical than what is on your resume and where did you get your education from. There is no doubt that when I say diversity, it's also diversity in thought, in mindset, that those are the experiences that are drawing the talent to this area in field where the experiences are very vast, but there's common threads as we spoke of before.
Yeah, yeah. I think, there's such a thing of, you need to have these certifications. And I've been really paying attention to some of the certifications and availability of things that are like less expensive or even sometimes free that can really give a leg up. Do you see that as something that you ultimately look for? Like let's say someone gets a certification in cybersecurity or resilience or something like that. Do you look at the credential itself or do you look at where it came from also? I mean, what is your opinion there?
You need to look at both, or we're going to be very short sighted in the talent that's available to us. We can have the strategic visionary over what security postures are, but it is the tactical niche things, the certifications, that you need a blend of both. And I think that's the challenge for all of us, is to find the blend of both.
Yeah, yeah. So tell us a little bit about your leadership journey. You are the Senior Vice President and Channel Partner Chief. You've got an illustrious career. Is there anything, this is a new question that I kind of been asking people. Is there anything that you wish you would have told your younger self, knowing that you were in the seat you're in today?
Yeah. So first, I would be thankful and grateful for the coaches, mentors, and endorsers I had. And I would suggest that everybody has those. The other part that I'd say, don't slow yourself down with thinking you need to be perfect or have all the answers. Come to the table with a point of view. Is that you can go find the answers because you're surrounded by great people versus feeling you have to have all of the answers. And I think that is sort of the fundamental of what we said about bringing diverse mindsets and being perpetual learners, showing up curious to learn versus listening to respond. And that would be my best advice for all of it. It's been incredibly powerful in my life and has made me very grateful for the people I'm surrounded by in the past and going forward.
I think being curious in this cybersecurity space is something that bodes well for a lot of people. And it sounds like it served you well in your career also.
I think we learn from every conversation we have when we present ourselves that way versus, again, feeling like we have to have all the answers when we show up for a conversation.
Anything else we need to add before we wrap up?
I would just say that the opportunity grows for us all, not just in the industry and security, which we spoke, but also for the channel and our partners. And as there's different personas entering the marketplace, I think everybody should be incredibly excited. I think we're all challenged to learn and continue elevate where we sit today. But again, what a great place to be. And again, it's that excitement for what's happening around us. Although it's complex, it's opportunistic.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in person real soon. Will I see you at any conferences coming up the second half of the year?
Absolutely, Cass. Myself and my team, we are going to be more prevalent than ever and excited to just be amongst people because that's where all of us get to shine. So
Yeah.
always appreciate conversations with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for watching Channel Women in Security from CRN TV. Be sure to subscribe for more stories from the women who are shaping cybersecurity, breaking barriers, and making their mark on the channel ecosystem.